Hello everyone and welcome to episode 143 of Classic Elite. My name is Scott and I've got Josh and Dustin with me tonight. What's going on, guys?
You can't see me, but I was dancing to the theme song.
Were you? Okay, good.
You can see me, but I wasn't dancing to the theme song.
I know, I was about to say, get it up, man, but I wasn't dancing either, so...
Say that again?
Oh, yeah. You can dance, man. Oh,
That's right.
Speaking of dancing, I was talking with Tony today about maybe going to Glass City Con again.
Yeah,
Towards the end of August, so keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have no video on Dustin this week. And it's because of some bullshit. If you ask me.
Comcast.
Comcast and Time Warner, they're brothers in Satan's family. They are.
Greedy bastards cap me at 300 gigs. If I go over that, it's $10 per 50 gigs.
So what has caused you to use up that much bandwidth?
Probably Netflix.
Okay.
Because we watch a lot of we watched a lot of Netflix here.
Now you're like a prisoner in your own house.
Yeah.
That sucks. When that happened to me, the first thing I did was I went to, my computer, opened the webpage for Netflix, and set it to like the lowest quality I could. Like, don't go above this.
And it's like pixelated and stuff.
Yeah, I forget what it was. It was like I could tell it not to go to 1080p or not to use the HD streaming, which tends to eat up quite a bit more bandwidth.
Gotcha.
So
man,
that's
that
a potential thing.
So
That or run a cable from your neighbor's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another fix.
When in the month does your cycle flip over?
It's towards the end, like in the 20s.
Gotcha. That's a bummer. Well, you got an adorable picture up of you and your son, so that'll work just as well.
Good thing is, I might get Google Fiber whenever it gets here.
Oh.
It says it's coming to Nashville and my city, or town, Goodlettsville.
Really?
Yeah, so...
Oh, I'm so jealous. You're lucky.
That's another reason to move to Tennessee, man. They got Dollywood, they got Fuddruckers, and now they got Google Fiber.
Yeah.
You kind of can't miss. Nashville is where it's at, man.
Yeah, I'm going to feel really stupid if it's just some sort of Google diet. They're just giving everybody fiber.
Yeah, it's just... Here's some bran flakes with Google's name on them.
Everyone's farting a whole bunch. So, this was a big week for video games. We are a video game podcast. Sometimes we'll talk about them. E3 was this week.
It was.
Yeah, it's still going, isn't it?
It is.
Or is it over?
I think
it's going right now.
Yeah.
We're covering E3 right now.
Yeah. I've done a horrible job of following E3. Have you guys been following it much?
Very little.
A bit. We watched, Holly and I watched a couple of the press conferences here, and I watched some at work when I could.
Nice.
Yeah, it helps me be more productive. Yeah. It's awesome. It's all related to tech, so yeah, it's okay.
You're staying in the know. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess before we jump into our thoughts on E3, there were a couple of quick things to go over. Dustin, you found something really cool that you put in the show notes.
Yeah. Okay, so there's this horror movie I've been excited about. It's called It Follows. And the trailer's up on YouTube. You can see it if you want to check it out. But I was just cruising around iTunes looking at stuff, and it was like one of the little things that they recommended for me was like $5 soundtracks. Mm-hmm. So I was looking through, and I saw It Follows. I was like, It Follows soundtrack. I wonder what that's like. And I saw underneath, Disaster Piece.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? That's nuts. So I click on it, and it sounds like Disaster Piece. It sounds just like it's his brand of his style of music. And that's a big deal because he won Soundtrack of the Year for us like twice in 1 year, but for two different games, right?
Something like that, like for Fez and Shoot Many Robots or something like that.
Yeah. So yeah, he does video game soundtrack. He did Fez soundtrack, like Scott just said, and it sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, we interviewed him shortly after he did Shoot Many Robots, which was a lot of fun. He was a really
Was
cool
I on
guy.
that?
I think that was just Tony and I.
Okay. I was about to say I don't remember that.
It was
That's not saying much.
it was very strange because we had to go through a publicist to. We hadn't really done that before. Even when we interviewed Greg Kasavin from Supergiant Games, we didn't go through a publicist. We just emailed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was super lax too. That guy was just like, "Oh, you love the game? That's so awesome! I can't believe it."
Yeah, I know. Bastion
Yeah.
was just on summer sale. And I forgot to tell my brother to go get it. Doing a little bit of Googling to see when we interviewed him. Episode 92, if you want to hear our interview with Disaster Piece. So, yeah, Dustin, you were around. I just don't know if you did that interview or not. That was a long time ago, though. July of 2012.
Man.
I know. Yeah, I was looking through our old video archives the other day, just looking at view counts from old videos, and I think that you started posting around May of 2012 with us. So you've been doing this with us for about 3 years now.
Good gravy.
I know. It's nuts. And Josh, I've known you pretty much the whole time.
Yeah, like that was. It's been a while.
Because you guys, you were on episode 9, I think, with us.
Yeah, and I don't know what episode Gooch and Douchebag was up to at that point.
Probably 50 years old?
Maybe.
I don't know.
after like 4 years. After counting the YouTube channel and all.
Yeah. So yeah, but Disaster Piece is a really, really talented musician. He went to Berkeley. His name Rich Vreeland, I think. Is that who it is? Rich Vreeland. Disaster Piece. Yeah, that's him. Cool. Well, good eye, Dustin. And you said the soundtrack sounded pretty good?
Yeah, sounds like Disaster Piece.
Nice. Since he did the soundtrack, that's actually a horror movie I'll be willing to watch.
It looks spooky.
Does it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Looks good.
The iTunes reviews, he's got like 64 or 65, if I'm remembering correctly, and it was all 5 stars, pretty much. So, good job there. Yeah, and then there was I guess it's not really much of a rumor at this point, but I can't quite confirm it. You guys know that next week, Batman comes out, right? Batman Arkham Knight?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
well, I got an email from Mike T at the Cartoon Retrocast, and then we were texting back and forth about it a little bit, and he let me know that the Batmobile Collector Edition for Arkham Knight, it looks like it's canceled.
Like totally, or like
The Collector's Edition.
So if I got it,
It's
not
being
saying
canceled.
I did. Crap, I didn't buy it.
Well, that's good. Then you won't be disappointed.
I'm disappointed for those who thought they were getting the Batmobile though.
Yes. That sucks.
Was it like life size? Is that why they canceled it?
Yeah, it was just out of scale. They couldn't ship it. But, yeah, I don't know. The thing that's crazy about it is the game comes out in, like, 6 days. So you know there's a ton of these things that have been made. Or
Yeah.
I at least think that there are. Maybe they didn't make any of them.
The truck probably got stolen.
Yeah, like the Amiibos.
Yeah. And the Splatoons.
That's right, in the Splatoon games. So yeah, I don't know. I thought that was quite interesting. But as far as E3 goes, guys, Dustin, out of all the bullet points that I've kind of cherry picked here, which one do you want to talk about first? Or are there any items about E3 that you wanted to talk about that I didn't snag?
Yeah, I took notes on the half of the Sony press conference that I saw.
Sweet, fire away.
I'll just read through them real quick. Yay, Last Guardian. Horizon looks awesome. I like robot dinosaurs. No Man's Sky looks rad, finally. Firewatch looks super interesting. Final Fantasy VII Remake got me. Now Shenmue 3, am I hallucinating? And that's as far as I got.
The Shenmue 3 thing was really strange because it was basically Sony saying, Now, I didn't watch the press conference, so I heard this from places like Giant Bomb and whatnot, but I get the impression that Sony basically was like, hey, we just think this is a neat thing. They're going to kickstart it, and we're not really involved, so we're giving them show space anyways. And then now it looks like Sony is definitely... They've come out and said they're behind it now that Shenmue 3 raked in money faster than Bloodstained did.
Yeah, it's pretty funny because Bloodstained eventually outdid... It was like the biggest video game on Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
And then like a day later, Shenmue 3 drops, and it's just like it's going to get blown out of the water. Yeah. So it's going to hold that title for like maybe a week.
Yeah, that's it's over 3 million, by the way.
Did you guys ever play Shenmue?
I played the first one.
Yeah. I played both because I'm a boss.
Was the two, wasn't that for Xbox?
Yep.
OG, I think.
Yeah. You could get it for Dreamcast in English if you got like a European version, I believe.
Okay.
So the Xbox is pretty much that version.
Cool.
From my understanding. I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'm sure I will not be corrected.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't have any interest in this. I've never played Shenmue. The game, frankly, sounds a little boring. But I don't really know much. What I know about it is I vaguely remember watching Happy Video Game Nerd movies or videos about it like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, it was just this really cool slice of 80s Japan where you could just kind of walk around and do whatever. Like you could raise a kitten, you could go play arcade games and buy little capsule toys, you could drive a forklift, you could fight dudes. There were quick time events. And
so that's where they started.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Dragon Slayer, but yeah, the really cool thing is Yu Suzuki, who was like a legendary game designer, is up on stage during this E3 Sony press conference. That's cool because you don't see that very much nowadays. Although I was really disappointed that not everybody got up.
What do you mean?
Like Yu Suzuki walks out on stage, you stand up. You stand up and clap.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll clap. No.
Stand up, Josh. Stand up.
Yeah. Oh, no, that guy, like, his name, like, I remember, like, Virtual Fighter 2 and what was it, like, was it Virtual Cop and all that stuff? They all said AM2, and they all talked about, you know, like, they would say have a Yu Suzuki's name on them. It was a big deal.
Yeah.
And that guy is, I mean, I was super excited to see him on stage, but seeing him and how much he had aged in the last near 20 years, it just sort of made me realize, like, wow, it's been a while since this guy has done something, like, really significant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But rad. I want to know what happened after Shenmue 2, because, like, the way Shenmue 2 ended, it was like, oh, I'm gonna spoil it, who cares? There were like swords and like things and mirrors, and they were going off on this journey, and it was just like the ultimate cliffhanger of like, things are gonna get rad. Because it's the 80s. Things are gonna get rad. And then nothing. You know?
So are you gonna back this Kickstarter?
I might throw in $5 or $10 or 30. I don't know what it costs to actually secure a copy of the game. I'll do that.
Gotcha.
$29 for a digital copy, $60 for, get this, a PC copy, physical.
So what are they going to do? Just put a code in the box for you?
I don't know. I hope not.
You wouldn't think so. I know. What is it? If you pay $10,000, you get like a jacket and a dinner with the guy.
3 dinners with him or something like that.
No, the jacket's gone.
Jacket's
what?
Gone.
Yeah, somebody got that already.
Well, can I pay like $20 and buy him dinner? Does that work? I mean, if I, take him to McDonald's, right? They got those in Japan.
They do.
Yeah.
I just saw on Kotaku today that Japan has red hamburgers at Burger King. So it's a normal patty, but the cheese is bright red, and there's a red sauce, which is probably ketchup, and there's a red bun.
They going commie? What's going on?
It looks real weird. Last year they had a black one. It was all black.
Racist. Wait,
Black
no.
one.
Equal opportunist burger.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Why? Like,
I don't know.
I don't understand the appeal.
I'd like to say it's Japan. Like, I don't know. Everything that comes from Japan seems strange to me.
It's because Japan.
I guess so. I don't know much about Japan, so.
They were like, this food isn't fake enough.
Yeah.
Let's make it stupid colors.
Yeah.
So I like how we're like, here in America, we're like, take out the pink goop and we can't have it be this and it's got to be natural. And look, it's all white meat. In Japan, they're like, F that.
Yeah.
Our burgers are neon green and they glow while inside your colon. Turn out the light. Whoa. It's, you know.
Yeah.
It's that, like, other spectrum. They go for full force.
And
It's amazing.
This is why we miss you when you're not around, Josh.
Why is that?
We get the toilet humor that Dustin and I are just no good at.
No, you guys are good at it. I don't know what's wrong with me.
How's your foot, man? You sent me a picture, which was disgusting.
Yeah.
Dustin, did he send that to you?
He did not.
You're lucky.
No, I don't. Do I have your number? Yeah, I'll send it right now. Because I got the new phone, which I heard you got one too, Dustin. Grats, by the way.
Thanks.
Yeah, you got the 6?
I did.
Did you get the 6 regular or 6 plus?
The 6 vanilla.
Okay, cool. See, I got the plus because we're crazy. But I dig it. I mean, the iPhone in general, I dig it. It's very different for me. I'm having a hard time adjusting. Like, I feel it's a foreign country to me.
It's probably like being in England, where it's like you can understand what's going on, but stuff's just in different spots than you normally would think.
Yeah,
It's probably weird having a phone with an OS that works.
Hey, just because the operating system
You
is
can hear me.
fine.
See, here's the toe. Look, see, it's
Oh,
taped
don't
up.
show that on the stream.
Ah!
Oh, gosh.
I
Hey.
can't see it.
Android works just
and I
fine
just
if you have
fractured
enough
a toe.
power behind it.
Yeah, and Android's.
I think. So he's bowing like he's a ninja or something. I don't know.
I think he almost broke her toe.
I've derailed us. What'd you do there, Josh?
Well, I was being stupid. I showed you guys my foot on
Yeah.
stream, which you probably couldn't see. The bandages covering it up, but when I turned my chair around, it cracked her in the foot, and I felt really bad. I turned around to apologize.
I saw you bow.
Yeah,
You got Japanese on your mind.
I do.
So,
Oh, man.
what?
This little piggy cried wee, wee, wee all the way to the hospital.
I know, isn't that gross?
Yeah. See,
Man.
the thing is, it bruised up worse than that, but that was the best pick I got of it, like cracked out to the side. It was way worse. Tell him, baby. Tell him it was like, it was going pretty far out
I
sideways.
believe you, man.
Yeah.
This is giving me the creeps.
But no, I mean, like, it was. I heard on the last podcast you guys were making light of the last time. Like, I caught my toe on like a piece of my cheap carpet and it cut it open. It was just bleeding like crazy. It wasn't
Yeah.
a super deep cut, but it was just going like when you cut your finger. And then last weekend, she's gonna laugh at me because she's in the room with me. But we were cleaning and goofing around, and I drank a 5-hour energy, and she had bought me this like 1.5 pound bag of gummy bears. Actually, they were Sour Patch Kids.
Nice.
I grabbed a handful of those, shoved them in my mouth, and I was like, "Do work!" And I was running off to clean, and I ran right into a wall.
Dude,
That's what happened.
When you said you were horsing around, I figured you were like chasing the kids around or something. No,
No,
it was the
no,
adults eating Sour Patch
No, there were
Kids.
no kids home. Yeah, no, that's the case. But that's what I told everyone at work, and I was telling you that to keep it nice and short. But the truth is, I'm a dumbass, and I ran right into the wall, being stupid. Anyway, okay, that's a derailment enough. But I wanted you guys to see that I'm not making this crap up. Yeah, she says he's really retarded. I have problems. I'm not great when it comes to life in general, walking.
Oh, that's funny, man. And hey, at least we have you this week, and you're not playing Witcher on us.
I'm not. Yeah, you guys called me out. Or actually, Mike T called me out. He saw it. That means he was on PSN as well.
He was.
Which I think he messaged me that night. Which, yeah, thanks, Mike, for that. I forget what it said. I think he was... Hell, I don't remember. But, no, like, we were here. It was a long day. Kids were home. They're excited. They're fighting. So, I would have had a lot of interruptions, probably. So.
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
I know, but I was playing Witcher. I admit it. I was. I gotta finish it for the show.
Yeah. We gotta hear your thoughts. Mike really liked it.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
So, well, cool. Well, so Shenmue. Do you guys have any other thoughts on that before we move on to other E3 stuff?
Personally, I was just kind of shocked, and just super excited, being a guy who played through 1 and 2 multiple times. See, I really liked the series.
Yeah, I didn't realize that you liked the series that much. So I'm happy.
Oh, I loved it.
This is cool.
Yeah, I don't have 2 anymore, but I have 1 somewhere in a box. Yeah, like it just grabbed me. Like, I was doing everything I could in that game. If only it had achievements and trophies, because I would be like, platinum,
Yeah. Good old platinum Shenmue.
Oh, hey, if you let's see, if you back it at $120, you can get one of the a toy capsule, and it'll have Ryo Shinhua, which I think is the bad guy, Chai, which I think is the girl, or the forklift.
Oh, the forklift. Why was that fun to drive a forklift? I don't know.
The forklift. No, it wasn't fun to drive the forklift. That part kind of sucked.
Yeah, it was boring, but for some reason I was blown away. I'm like, I'm driving. Look, a minute ago I was walking. Now I'm driving. This is pre GTA 3, so
yeah.
Which I guess it was in GTA 1, but no one cares. So it was 3D. It was free. It was full reactive eyes entertainment. So
yeah,
anyway,
that's
enough about that. I'm stoked.
Cool. Are you just as excited about Final Fantasy VII?
I'm pretty excited. I'm more just shocked, and I can't quite figure out how far along they are. Like, did they put together that a few months before the show, and there's no actual game development? Or, I want to know more details. Mm-hmm. I want to know, will this come out by the time Malachi graduates college?
That trailer probably took them 4 years to make.
Yeah. Because 15 took them, it's taken them, it's still taking them years. Yeah. And Last Guardian is not a Square thing, but, I feel like this might be that. Like, this is going to be the mythical thing. And I don't know. I'm very curious and intrigued, and we've been lied to over and over. We're not doing a remake. It would cost us too much money. And now they are.
They're like, well, we got to make up that Tomb Raider money somehow.
Yeah. We made another Tomb Raider, but that won't do it. We need Final Fantasy VII. But it's multi-platform, right? Like, it's first on PS4. If I heard it right.
I feel like I heard the same thing. I can't confirm it, though.
If they're smart, they're going to go multi-platform. Unless Sony just gives them all the money.
Yeah, I got a feeling they're helping make this happen. What I want for it to do is I want it to come, I want to get the collector's edition, and I want it to come in a jewel case, and I want it to have 3 Blu-ray discs,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And I want, the standard edition, Aerith stays dead, or Aerith, whatever, Aerith stays dead. If you get the collector's edition, she lives.
Oh, snap.
But only if you pre-order at GameStop.
That's dirty.
And then the third disc is a demo disc for Toe Ball number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You think that they'll include the original on there?
Probably not. I mean, you can get that a million different ways at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not when they can sell it to you again and know you'll buy it.
That's
so
Yeah.
now that might be like a collector's edition thing. Honestly, is get the original, a code for it because it's coming to PS4 anyway. So, like I could see that.
Yeah, and then also Street Fighter V came out or got announced or something like that. That just stood out to me because it made me realize how long ago Street Fighter 4 actually came out. Even though they've put out iterations like Ultra and Arcade and all that kind of stuff. It was a while ago that the Street Fighter 4 actually launched.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's time.
Yeah, it looks marginally better.
Yeah, I can't imagine it. I love the look of Street Fighter 4, so I can't imagine that I'll like Street Fighter 5 that much more.
But did you guys see the video? I think Kotaku had it where it was the versus screen, like before the fight. It matches up the two fighters with like these large busts of them kind of staring at each other, right? Mm-hmm. If you look at it on Kotaku, there's a story where it's Chun-Li and Cammy, yeah, and like the boobs are going all over the place, like like wasn't that Left 4 Dead? It's Dead or Alive type, like ridiculous boob jiggle, and they immediately came out and they're like, it's a bug. It's not meant to be this way. It's not final code. I watched that and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Cancel my pre-order right there.
He's like, they're fixing it?
Is. Yeah. That's why I canceled it, because they're fixing it. Yeah. It's over.
So, I did see that. That's actually what caught my attention to put it on the show notes.
Okay.
Because going through
I got it.
to
Okay.
look for notes, and I saw boobs bouncing around.
Yeah, you're a fan of the art style. Yeah, that's right.
It was impressive. And then also, this game, I just want to mention it just because it seems really weird. Metroid Federation Force, it's on 3DS. I really thought that if they were going to do a Metroid game again, that they'd put it out on Wii U. Or save it for the NX or whatever.
Well, this is it's a multiplayer game, right?
Something like that.
I think this may be a follow-up to that DS.
Oh, okay.
Multiplayer. Yeah, I saw Metroid Prime and I was like, hey, that should be cool. And then I saw multiplayer only. I was like, oh, never mind.
Yeah. Another game that I neglected to watch the trailer for, but hearing it got a buzz, was Star Fox Zero.
Yeah, I saw the title. I haven't seen any of the gameplay.
Go ahead, Josh.
I was going to say, it's Star Fox 2. Like, I mean, it looked like all that stuff that leaked out about Star Fox 2, or the ROMs that got out there on the net. Like, you're playing Star Fox exactly like you would imagine. It looked exactly like you would imagine, just very gussied up, prettier. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I know. Maybe that's not the best way to describe Star Fox. It's graphically good. I wouldn't say impressive. It's good. But you got the transformations. Like, they're turning it to a tank, and they're turning it to this mech thing. And go on the ground and shoot stuff, but I think it was so similar to previous Star Fox games. Like, it didn't do anything crazy impressive other than having what looked like a cockpit view on the tablet controller. So I feel everybody's like, yeah, we want Star Fox, but we don't want Star Fox.
Star Fox.
Yeah, this actually looks pretty cool.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's. I think it'd be super fun. I just don't think it was like for as little as they said about it. I think people were expecting to be blown away, and when they got exactly what they want, they would say they want. The reaction is, "Oh, that's it."
Yeah. And then also, this blew me away. I was really shocked to hear this. That the Xbox One is going to have backwards compatibility with approved Xbox 360 games.
Huh.
So I could have sworn, maybe I'm wrong, but don't you guys remember it being a hardware issue as to why the Xbox didn't have any backwards compatibility?
I don't remember anything
Maybe
about
it's
that.
just us speculating. I don't know.
Well, it's a hardware change for sure, going from the what was it, like, was it Power PC, or I forget what the architecture was before, to x86 based.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, I mean, they still had to emulate original Xbox games to play on 360. So I feel like that's what they're doing now.
Yeah.
What the way that it works is it seems like the games that are approved by publishers, so not every Xbox game is going to, or not every 360 game is going to work, but the ones that are approved, if it was a digital download, you just have to be signed in and you'll be able to re-download it. So that's pretty sweet. And then if you have the physical disc, you put the disc in and then it downloads the game. And it's much like the 360, how you could get quicker load times if you didn't play the game from the disc and you installed it on the system, but you had to have the disc in it to play it. It's the same system here.
That's pretty cool. I don't think there's a single thing they haven't backpedaled on that system now.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's pretty. It's a great. Now it feels like a kind of an open, free platform.
Yeah.
To a certain extent.
It does, but what they didn't tell you is you actually, the way you accomplish this is you buy a 360 and then you run that out through HDMI into your Xbox One and that out into your TV. All right, so it's a $120 add-on, and then you can play all the 360 games on your Xbox One.
I didn't think about that.
But no, speaking about them though, I know you got it. I don't know if there's a note on here about it later, but did you guys see that controller they showed off? Their elite or like pro type level controller.
On Google Plus a little bit I did, but I didn't click on anything and I didn't watch any videos. Was it that different? All the pictures I saw were dark.
It's pretty rare. Do you see it, Dustin?
I haven't. Mm-mm.
Oh man, okay, so here's the deal. Can I send you guys a link or does it break the stuff?
It kind of breaks the stuff.
Okay, we'll go if you just look it up.
Paste the link in the show notes.
All right. Yeah, see? You're smart. You got this. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Xbox One new. I'm telling you what I'm typing. Controller 2015 E3. All right. I'm just going to send you guys a link to the video. You guys watch it and...
I'll watch it afterwards.
Yeah, you watch it afterwards. Okay, there you go. Well, fudge butter. It's a IGN interview thing. Whatever. Watch it anyway.
I will.
So what they're doing is they're putting out this controller, and it looks like a standard 360 controller. It has the new audio jack that we've all heard about, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you can put a standard set of earbuds or whatever into it, just like you do on PS4. It's got the triggers, and I think they've been adjusted slightly. It's got the bumpers and all the same buttons. But the D-pad is, like, really radical looking. It very much reminds me of, like, the first-generation Saturn controller. Like, it's super smooth, and there is no, like, true directional pad carved into it. It's almost like a bowl shape, right?
Really?
You just got to see it. You got to see it, yeah. And then, like, all the parts, for the most part, are interchangeable. Like, they showed the video and they were taking off sticks and replacing the thumb pads and changing things around like crazy. And then on the back, like, they used to sell these a lot back in the original Xbox days, but they had these extra, like, I don't know if they're extra buttons or replacements, but like they almost look like piano pedals, like little pieces of metal, like not a traditional button, but it's like I don't know what you call it, like a trigger back there as well. So it's either extra buttons or replacements. And I would assume maybe extra buttons. That way you never have to lift your fingers. Like they would replace, like, X, Y, A, and B, and then you never have to lift your fingers off thumbsticks ever.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Crazy controller. 150 bones.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like if
$150.
Razer made one of those.
Yeah.
You know those
Except
like
it's
crazy
first
Razer
party.
gaming mouses?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mice?
that's what it is.
Mouses.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
Mouses. Yeah, this is one of them controllers. It's just insane. Like I saw that and I was like, man, I really want one. They said $150, and I immediately said no.
Only $30 more than our new Xbox 360 add-on.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'd rather play the games backwards compatible, through that way. Which could you do that? Yeah. Oh, and then I bet it gets firmware updates wirelessly. So that's the other thing. That's what cost you the extra $100. So
Finally.
because they did mention that. They're like, and you get firmware updates without having to plug it in. And you're like, well, there's no words for it. I'm just like,
What? That kind of bothers me. If they're like, yeah, we're gonna patch in firmware to your controller. Like, why can't you just have it work out of the gate and leave it alone?
You couldn't check the battery life.
What?
Like till they put the ability to see the percentage of whatever power you had in your controller left had to come in through a firmware update.
Really?
And to get that update, you had to know, which eventually you would, because your battery would die and you would have no idea. You'd plug your controller into the not 360, into the Xbox One, and then it would have to. I think you actually had to manually go and select, check for firmware update or update controller. But yeah, it was a completely asinine setup.
Okay.
I don't know. Again, they're backpedaling. They're getting all this stuff straightened out. Before we know it, this 360 controller will be the bomb, and the 360 will be awesome because they had a good showing.
The 360.
Or the one. No, I'm talking about 360. 360 is getting updated to be an Xbox One. You didn't hear that?
Be a nice firmware update.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Well, speaking of controllers, the Oculus Rift partnered with Microsoft, and the Oculus Rift is going to have Xbox One controllers as the pack-in, which is pretty crazy.
Huh. So Oculus, so that's Facebook and Microsoft coming together.
Yes.
That's scary.
Well, I think they've done that. They had to have done something in the past together.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But I think it was on Giant Bomb, or I forget what podcast I was listening to, but they're like, guaranteed Bing is coming to Facebook now. Bing search.
Hey, I'm gonna backpedal a little. Star Fox Zero looks like Star Fox 64 too. It looks pretty awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. That's what they should have said. They should have just called it Star Fox 128. Star Fox 128.
Yeah, that would have been good.
No, it should have been 64 too.
64
Yeah, I like 64 dash.
Just to be obnoxious.
Yeah.
-2, yeah.
And they're like, no, we didn't call it Star Fox 64 because it was on the 64. It's just what you thought.
It just sounded cool.
It just sounded sweet.
Yeah.
It's a cool number. That's why we sold. Actually, the 64 didn't sell that many units, I don't think. I think it topped out at like 24 million, where the Wii had like 100 million or something.
Yeah, well, the Wii is a complete different beast altogether.
So
I mean, that thing made it. Everybody goes for bigger pie, as I always say, or a bigger piece of the pie, and then Wii got a bigger pie
yeah.
of the gaming market. Like they, nursing homes still have Wiis they probably use daily. It's nuts.
Josh, did you hear that the Xbox One controller is going to be packed in with the Rift?
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah,
That's pretty
good on
interesting.
them.
Yeah, absolutely. And then they're also going to have their own separate touch controllers too.
I saw
Oculus is.
pictures of those. Yeah, those are crazy looking.
Yeah, they look kind of like Wii nunchucks a little bit, with like a little cage around your hand.
Yeah, it's almost like if a fencing instructor made a Wiimote. That's what I look at it like.
It's a good call. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. The Last Guardian was a big deal for a lot of people, not so much for me.
I'm excited for it. I liked Eco and Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah.
One thing I want to be able to do, hug the dog. Draw the dragon.
It should be a button, just a button that hugs.
Yeah. Like, one of my favorite things was a boy and his blob for the Wii. You could hug the blob.
Oh, that's adorable. Yeah, the Last Guardian, That's cool. I know a lot of people are excited about it. I know it was talked about years ago, and now it's finally coming to fruition. So that's cool.
They really, oh man, this would have been the best troll ever. They should have started, Sony should have started showing The Last Guardian, and after the clip is done, it's like, yep, that's as far as we got before we canceled it. You'll never have to worry about that again.
Yep.
No, they should have, like, the Ultimate Troll would be, they could have done that, and they could also, like, played that trailer, and they went, like, coming to Xbox One exclusive. And then it's like, why did you show it at your conference?
We lost a bet, guys. Sorry.
Yeah. But we got you, Suzuki. So
Yeah.
it all evens out.
Yeah, the Blackhawks win the Stanley Cup, so we have to play this for Microsoft. So, yeah, and then for me, this is dumb, but the thing that got me the most excited, all that stuff that E3 showed, Super Mario Maker.
Yeah.
Was my favorite thing that I saw. It looks like it'll be fun to build levels, and one of the articles I was reading on Kotaku was around the social aspects of the game, and much like you can do on like Twitter or SoundCloud or YouTube, you can follow people that you like their levels. So whenever they post new levels, you'll be able to play them. And it also looks like there's a 100 Mario Life challenge, and they'll give you X amount of user-made levels. And then you have 100 lives to get through all the levels.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, so the fact that they're making it fun to make Mario games, and then have the ability to share courses with one another and follow the people that make cool courses that you're a fan of. I think that just sounds amazing. I like platformers a lot. It's probably my favorite genre of video game, and this seems like 10 games in one. I'll get tired of playing with these exact physics. Nice catch, Josh. I'll get tired of playing with these physics before I'll get tired of like the level design and stuff, I think.
Yeah.
I'll just be in the mood for a different kind of platformer, which is great. I'm in the mood for... I haven't played a 2D Mario since Mario 2 came out, the Golden Coin one for the 3DS. It was like Superstar Coin or something like that. I forget.
It was like New Super Mario Brothers 2. Was that one really good?
That was okay. Yeah, it's up there. I don't know. It was okay. It was too many coins. So they have a counter, and you're supposed to try to collect 1 million coins. That's just too much. So, yeah, it was okay. 3D Land is still the best one on the 3DS. But as far as E3 goes, Mike wrote us an email. Do you guys want to cover that real quick before we jump into what we've been playing?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So Mike writes in, and he says it was the best of games. It was the... I don't know.
Blurst.
What's that mean? What's blurst mean?
I think it's like the longer version of Schnitzel.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a longer version of a wiener. You don't know what that is? You don't? Really?
No, so he goes, all of these are in order from best to worst. So he's got some games that he's looking forward to. Mario Maker, Horizon, No Man's Sky, Star Wars Battlefront, Xenoblade X, Fire Emblem Fates. Games he's interested in, Transformers Devastation, South Park, Fire Emblem Shin Megami Tensei. There's 2 Fire Emblem things coming out. And isn't Shin Megami Tensei something different than Fire Emblem?
Yeah, it's like this crossover thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's neat. You should... Okay, before we go on this, I was mentioning,
Sure.
Dustin, you should look at the trailer for that game. It makes no sense at all. And that is amazing, and definitely reassures my faith in the project that it is completely nonsensical.
Awesome.
Okay, there we go.
Recore, which I haven't heard of. I don't know what platform that's on. and Halo 5. And then games he's passing on, Uncharted 4, Zelda Triforce Heroes, Star Fox Zero, The Last Guardian, and Final Fantasy VII. So I don't have as much of a list, but I want to have us go through and maybe we each say a game or two that we're looking forward to or one that we might pass on. And he also says one that he is interested in is Firewatch. So out of the trailers I saw, Firewatch is one of the neatest trailers I saw. It felt like a cross between the art style of like Team Fortress 2 with Far Cry and Tomb Raider kind of mixed together.
But with like almost like a serial killer, like thriller kind of story to it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Firewatch looked cool.
Yeah, so Mike says that he's interested in that one. That's one that I think I'm looking forward to. Mario Maker. So I'd say that those are probably the two that I'm the most looking forward to. What about you, Dustin?
Well, Final Fantasy VII, Shenmue 3, and Last Guardian are ones I'm pretty stoked about. I forgot about The First Mother is coming.
Oh yeah, yeah.
To the Wii U. That's a huge deal.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. And Horizon, which you pointed out, that was the one. Did you guys see that in the Sony press conference?
I did, and it wasn't until the very, very end where they started showing the mechanical stuff that I actually became interested.
Yeah, that looked really cool. That's from the guys who did Killzone.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Guerrilla. Oh, and seeing that you can actually do things in No Man's Sky.
Yeah, there's a game there.
Yeah, there's actually a game in that game.
Firewatch, I don't know. I that might be a Sony exclusive. I might not be able to play that game.
Just get that $232 PS4 from Mike.
No.
Yeah. Do it.
Get rid of that stupid tablet you have.
I use that tablet every day.
You could use your PS4
use a PS4
every day.
No.
Yeah, and get Elder Scrolls Online. Let's make a guild. Let's own the online world of Tamriel. Look, this is a plan, right? We do this, boom, it's like underwear, then it's profit, and we're rich.
It's a bad plan. I am very uninterested in Elder Scrolls Online. My buddy's been playing a lot of it, and he even got to the point where he burnt out on it.
He's already over it after like a week?
He's back to Destiny like a week and a half later.
Okay, well, they just announced, or they didn't announce, but I guess they did, but they showed off some of that, like the next expansion.
Yeah, for Destiny?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got him pretty excited.
So that's the reason I need to jump in there and do the same stuff I've done for the last year.
Yeah.
You know, to play new stuff.
Absolutely. So, I don't know. What are the games that you're really looking forward to, Josh?
You know, I think we talked about Shenmue 3. I'm pretty pumped to see where it goes from there. Mm-hmm. Very curious about the Final Fantasy remake, although it'd probably be a long time before we get any concrete stuff on that. Outside of that, I'm really interested in Mario Maker. I think it looks and sounds fantastic. Like getting more details on how the sharing works is helped me feel a lot better about that game.
I think your son will like that game a whole lot.
Oh yeah. Me and Holly were talking, like he'll eat it up, I hope. I'm sure he will, but because he's always talking about wanting to get into game development, and this will be good and fun for him, or it will become an obsession. So I'm hoping it's not an obsession where he can't put it down. But no, it's really cool, and I really like the fact that to upload your levels, you have to at least complete it yourself. You know?
Oh, I didn't hear that. That's a really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to actually play through it and beat it yourself before you can upload it. You can't put up something that... I mean, that way you can't put something up that's unbeatable unless, by chance, you're one of these crazy speedrunner types that knows a glitch that gets you to the end. And I'm sure that will happen.
Good. Let those super hard levels get up there.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to follow those people and try to play those hard levels.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's neat. Like, they're taking a good page from games like Little Big Planet and stuff that, you know, did those things fairly well.
And Super Meat Boy had a level editor that a lot of people got into.
Yeah, that was really cool. I didn't do as much with that. Yeah, they got. I mean, the game itself was way too hard. Let alone hand it over to
Psychopaths on the internet. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, those are the things I'm really pumped about. And it seemed like, and I can't think of everything, but everybody's putting everything out in September to November this year. Like we're getting like Uncharted, and then I think like that Xenoblade game for the Wii U comes out later on this year. But like for the most part, everything's hitting right in that 2 month span, like right before and just after Black Friday. So it's gonna be very hard on the wallet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Since there's not a ton that I'm real interested in, I think I might get out of here unscathed. We'll see. So
you want Mario Maker?
That's really the only game that I'm really itching to play.
Yeah.
Mario Maker. So. Well, cool. Well, thanks for the email, Mike. Always really appreciate it. And let's talk about what we've been playing, and then we'll get to our YouTube comments and call it a show. So, Josh, we know you broke your toe.
Yep.
Boy, these look like old-ass show notes.
I know. Well, I haven't been playing anything really new.
Don't they, Dustin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Bloodborne. You've been playing some Bloodborne?
Yeah. Holly and I have been teaming up and playing through some of the dungeons. No, there's one more boss that we have to beat, and it is. And Mike T, you got to help us out here, man. I'm just saying it wrong here, but you know what I'm talking about. Amidala or Amgadala or whatever. This freakish being, this very large Elder One boss in the Chalice dungeon. We have to beat this boss before we can open up the. I believe, and tell me if I'm wrong here, babe. That opens up the final dungeon. Okay, sorry, she's wild hunting. So yeah, we have to beat this boss in a Chalice dungeon, and the dungeon we're in, you're fighting this very tough boss that's from the campaign, but it also halves your life. Like you have half the normal life you do, and this boss is just a complete jerk. We tried several times together the other night, couldn't beat it. So, Mike, if you know a strategy, fill me in, man, because we're getting demolished, and we're both like level 160 something. So either we're under leveled or I suck, and I'm pretty sure I suck.
Yeah,
but, yeah, I've been tinkering with that. One trophy to go though, like one trophy and we're done.
That's good.
Yeah, no, it's still fun. I'm kind of bummed they didn't announce anything expansion-wise for Bloodborne during E3 yet. Hoping something comes out for that, but I doubt it now. I mean, I think some will come out, but I doubt we'll get an announcement if we haven't heard already.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've also...
I think Mike said that he would watch and dodge until it did this like very specific move, and then he would hit it once. And then he would continue to watch and dodge.
Horrible.
Until it did a specific move and hit it once.
Oh no, I'm way too impatient for that. So thanks for the advice, Mike. I don't have the stream up to not kill my connection, but
you could have a platinum trophy.
Yes.
We might try that. I don't know. I'm too impatient. Like we're playing it together, and the problem with this boss, right? Like the big thing is it destroys you. Like one or two hits and you're out. Like
it's not the big giant dog one, is it?
No, it's not the big giant dog one.
Okay.
It's hard to explain. I don't know if I could put it in the chat or not the chat here, but let's see. Amygdala. It took me to part of the brain. Wait, nope. Here we go. I got it. So I'm gonna send you guys a picture here. I'll actually take you to the wiki page, but you get the idea. So you can see some stuff there if I can paste. Anyway, just a very tough boss, and I say it's one trophy away from platinum. Technically, it is one trophy, but we have to beat this boss, and then we got to go fight what is considered to be, and I don't know if this is true or not, the hardest boss in the game, the final, quote, true final boss in one of the dungeons. So, anyway, that's going on. Mike T pointed out during the show. I like Metroid, and it continues to be really good.
You're cutting out on us. Hold on.
Oh no! Oh. All right. How about now?
Okay, that's better. So what Mike T say?
Damn. He ratted me out for playing The Witcher 3.
Oh yeah,
Last time.
You've been playing The Witcher 3.
Yeah, it's still really good.
Yeah.
Holly's playing it behind me, and she's pretty close to the end of the game. I think I'm like 70% through the campaign, but I'm still working on a write-up for it on the site that will go live this weekend, I promise. And the game is like so fantastic, but yet it has so many flaws.
Yeah.
But it's so good. It's like that thing where you love it even though your horse's head pokes through buildings and sometimes occasionally gets stuck in ditches and doesn't come to you, and NPCs have freakishly weird glitches where they don't have faces often. Or it crashes your PS4. Yeah, I mean, it seems to be subjective. Like, not everyone has the same problems, but it is glitchy. It has this combination, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it happens. Like, open world games, big games like this have problems, right?
Yeah.
Then you have, and I'm not picking on them, but it happens. Like, these Polish games or these European games have some jank. It happens, right? Like, they don't have the resources for some of the same quality and assurance testing that we do here with giant companies like EA or Bethesda.
Mm-hmm.
It's got that Euro jank.
Yeah, it's got Euro jank and open world jank together, and they just had a big jank baby. But man, it's a good looking jank baby.
Yeah.
Like, the game looks amazing. It's so well written. Mike was talking about the ending being so impactful, and I got a feeling it will be. But based on my conversations with Holly and her playthroughs, I got a feeling like I've made some bad decisions and a lot of people are going to die. She pretty much told me, she's like, yeah, they're dead. Yeah, those people are dead. You're just start over.
I think Mike's talking about at the end when you wake up and it turns out it was all a dream.
Oh, and Witcher?
Yeah, in The Witcher 3.
They stole it from Mario 2. There was all that drama about it.
Yeah, well, I thought that was Bloodborne. You wake up, it's a dream thing. Is everybody doing this now?
No.
Like Mario 2?
He was
in
just
Bloodborne.
He was just
the end of Bloodborne is you were dead the whole time, and you were fighting through the afterlife.
Are you being serious?
No.
Oh, okay.
That was Sixth Sense.
Oh yeah, he was a ghost the whole time.
At least I think that was a Sixth Sense reference, right, Justin?
I was just trying to make up a crazy ending.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I usually say something about zombies.
You were a zombie the whole time.
The whole time. And then also, you were playing some Terraria?
Yeah, I started playing that on PS4. Like, it was on sale a while back, and it's the same game. But man, it's so easy to get hooked on that.
Yeah.
It is. It's like it's like 2D Minecraft crack. I don't know. Do you guys have it on any platform?
Yeah, I've got it on in Steam.
I remember the first time we played it on Steam. I just started digging a hole, and I just kept digging down, and I didn't know how to get out, so I just kept digging. And Josh, you fell in there, and you were like, it was Rob from the Retro League, and you and I were playing, and some other people, I think. Well, it doesn't matter. But anyway, you fell down there, and they were like, "Hey, Josh, come over here and help us do this." Blah blah blah. And you're like, "Hold on, I can't get out of this hole. Let me make some torches." I didn't know how to make torches either, so it was just this big black pitch darkness.
I just kept digging down.
Just broke the game.
Yeah, it's awesome that way because you can. It's fun. Like, it's just fun tinkering. Like, when I've got 20 minutes or an hour, I don't feel like turning on Witcher or Bloodborne. I just play it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never get the trophies in it though because, oh man, I'm not that good. I don't remember all the stuff where it's like throw the doll in the pit and pray to this thing and jump on your head and this monster appears. Like, it's very conditional.
Gotcha.
That must be a Simon's Quest reference.
Yeah. It really feels like that. Like, you feel like you have to like do very specific things to progress or to make something happen. Yeah, it was Holly's phone. Work. But anyway, though, that's cool. It's the same game. What I wanted to put on here, and I put it on the last that I wanted to mention before I forget, is Lego Worlds.
Okay.
Did you guys see that on Steam Early Access?
Oh, wait, is this the Jurassic Park one?
No.
Then no.
No. You see it, Dustin? Oh man, you guys got to see this too. I can't be linking stuff all day. Now what this is essentially Lego, like official Lego's take on a Minecraft style game.
Oh, I was listening to the morning stream, and they were talking about this game.
Yeah, I mean it's really neat. I think it's like $15 to get in early access. And it has some issues, like the camera's not great, and there's a few problems, and obviously like no direction at all when you start playing. But it's just really fun. Like it looks really good, you know, for a Lego game. Like it has like crazy lighting, and it's neat, and it's big and vast. But you're just running around, like it spawns you in the world, and like, oh no, you're in a desert. And then you run a little bit, and you find a cowboy and an Indian, and you run a little farther, and there's a castle and a dragon, and you run a little farther, and there's like some army men. It's just this crazy amalgamation of Lego playsets without, you know, the licensed characters all over. You know, like 1 minute, like you can ride everything. It's like 1 minute you're riding a pig, next minute you're riding a dragon, then you find an airplane, then you get a bazooka, and you're shooting all over the place, and you're fighting skeletons. It's like for $15, it's pretty neat, and the fact that it runs real well is a testament to.
Yeah, it's in early access and it runs well.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like it's got the foundation there, but there's no goal. There's nothing to it. Like, you know, like in Minecraft, at least, you know, like after you play a little bit, you're like, oh, I better build something because night comes, monsters come out. And eventually you start digging, you get better weapons, you fight certain bosses and monsters. Terraria, like, Lego doesn't have any of that yet, but what it has is like this really great base where there's just so many things to discover, and it plays exactly like the Lego games from Telltale, right? That's the company.
Wait, what?
Is it Telltale or Traveler's Tales?
It's not Telltale.
Traveler's Tales.
They make the point-and-click games.
Yeah, so from Traveler's Tales. So it plays just like your Lego Batmans and your Lego Marvel and all that stuff. Except it's like Minecraft.
Cool.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess it's interesting having you talk about how big and vast it is when it seemed like it's going to be a little bit more locked down than Minecraft was, so I had in my head that it wasn't going to be as vast.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's in no way like Minecraft in the sense that the world, it has a dimensions, like predefined, right? Like Minecraft, on PC at least, will continue on forever.
Okay.
Like this, there are boundaries to the world, and but the cool thing is it kind of gives you a preview of the world before you jump in. So when you're like randomize me a world, it gives you like a little basic
Can you re-roll
outlook.
though?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Over and over and over.
Nice.
For the map, yeah, and you can see like, oh, well, I don't like that map. It's got like mostly water. And you hit it again and hit it again and hit it again, and you're like, oh, well, that's a nice mix of environments. And then you go play.
Cool.
Eventually, I'm sure they'll add things like little dungeons and caves and towns. But you know, I wanted to jump in on it early, see what it was about, because I got a feeling the price will go up from $15.
Yeah.
Given the amount of content here, it's I would easily expect it to be $30 by full release, which who knows when that'll happen.
Cool.
But yeah, I would definitely, if you guys haven't seen it, like look at a couple videos. It's pretty interesting.
I'll have to check it out. So that's it?
Yeah, I got nothing else. Until next week, because it's Batman.
That's right. I'm not going to get it at launch. I'm going to wait for reviews.
You're not a real fan.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, I mean, you're probably right. It's so different in a lot of ways. I can see where that's a valid way to go. I just have to know what happens, man. Like, they cremated Joker. Like, where does it go now?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, they say in the trailer Batman's going to die, so...
What?
They say something like, tonight the Bat dies, or something.
You ruined... No, I'm not buying it.
I ruined the spoiler, or I ruined the trailer for you. I'm sorry.
You ruined the spoiler and the trailer.
Oh, man. We all know Batman. He just threw his mic. for our audio listeners. Sorry about that. What are you drinking there, Josh? Or what were you drinking?
Oh, well, no, it didn't fall over. I got a Red's Wicked Apple Ale.
Oh,
It's it's the big can of the 8%. So anyway, I've downed this, and we've got a whole bunch of rum in there to go because it's what you do when the kids aren't home.
Yeah, just drink up. So
Play Witcher.
Play Witcher. So yeah, well, Dustin, man, you still are knocking away at Kingsfield,
Yep.
and that's it.
Yep.
Okay, so I've been playing Boom Blocks.
Wait, I want to know about Kingsfield real
No,
quick.
I'm
I heard
just
about
kidding.
last show, right? Yeah. So I gotta know, like, I didn't play it, right? I've heard about it, and I know there's a couple games, right? Like, there's more than one on PS1.
Correct.
Okay. How many? There 2 or 3?
Well, the first Kingsfield came out in Japan and never made it over here.
Okay.
So what I'm playing is Kingsfield 1 in the United States, but it's actually Kingsfield 2.
Okay.
After that, they made Kingsfield 2 in the United States, but that was actually Kingsfield 3 in Japan.
Gotcha.
And then they made Kingsfield the Ancient City for the PlayStation 2, and that's actually Kingsfield 4 in Japan.
Oh, okay. So there's a PS2 version of the game. Wow.
Correct.
Okay.
Cool.
So I guess I was just wondering because, as much as, I've enjoyed Bloodborne tremendously, I like Dark Souls a fair bit. We actually rented Dark Souls 2 from the library to give that a shot here before we commit to buying it, just because it's so different. I hear so much about it. But I just want to know, like, it sounded like from the last show it's similar in a lot of ways, and I haven't watched the videos yet, I apologize, but is this thing like in a first-person type view?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. First-person view, kind of like Condemned. You ever play
Really?
Condemned on the Xbox? How it has that first-person like melee fighting?
Yeah, but I mean, Condemned was like this weird, like, detective horror game. This is...
Oh yeah, it's nothing like it's just the fighting I was drawing out a comparison to.
And you're just, there's a story, and you're going through dungeons and junk.
Yep. Yeah, and it's a lot like the Souls games in that it starts you off, you have no idea where you are, you don't have any real equipment, and you have to just kind of wander around and find the stuff that you need to use and find out what you're doing. You have to like talk to people and search stuff to get any sort of story out of it. And if like when you start, if you go like literally you are 3 seconds away from an enemy that will kill you in one hit.
Wow. But it's enjoyable, right? Like if I gave it a go today, it wouldn't feel completely antiquated. I say completely. I mean, I'm sure it'll be rough, but
it would feel really weird.
Okay.
Because like it predates dual analog controls.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So this game's 20 years old. It came out in 95. If you didn't feel old already, that'll help. Your strafe buttons are on your L1, R1. And in order to look up and down, that's L2, R2.
Oh, wow. That's okay. That's weird.
Yeah, so it feels real weird. It's kind of hard to get used to, but once you wrap your head around it, it's pretty easy.
Cool.
Okay. I guess I'm curious. Like, I might look for it somewhere or at least do some more research on it because it just sounded neat. And then sounds, neat now hearing about it as well. Like, just... I guess, I like dungeon crawlers, and just thinking like a game like this was available on PlayStation 1 and all I did was play Resident Evil and stuff and totally avoided this. Had no idea it even existed until recently. It's insane.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it until Dustin started putting videos up on YouTube.
Actually, after last week's podcast, I kind of hit a lull and I wasn't sure where to go. I actually kind of had to go consult a game fact, of which there are very few, and kind of get an idea of what I was supposed to be doing because I just kept beating my head and like I'm up to like part. I've uploaded 4 parts to the YouTube channel, and I've recorded I think 5 more. But a majority of it is me just wandering around, going like, "Is this where I'm supposed to be? Oh no. Is this where I'm supposed to be? Oh no.
So
What am I
you might
supposed to do
just skip
here?"
ahead.
Right? Yeah.
You're just gonna come in and be like, "So I skipped out on a third of the game because it was really boring."
So
wait,
yeah,
do you have to? I'm sorry, I just meant to ask. Do you have to make your own maps?
there
Or
are
like,
there are
do you have a piece of
maps.
graph paper out? Okay.
No. There are maps in the game. I don't think they're very good because they're like top down and it's a 3D game, so it doesn't help very much.
Okay.
Luckily, it's not a very big game, so I can kind of keep a track in my head where I am and where I'm supposed to be going. But now that like I was playing it today, I played about 3 hours of it today, and I finally figured out what was going on, and I found the items that I needed. So I should be done with it pretty soon.
Cool. And that's you had a busy week. Is that all you've been up to?
Yeah, just Kingsfield. Been meaning to go back to Bloodborne, but I just haven't. I don't know. I haven't really had the urge to play it. I actually had a weird urge to play Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Nice.
I think I'm going to play the re like it's not remade, but it's kind of a re-envisioned Symphony of the Night that came with Dracula X Chronicles on the PSP, where they rewrote the script, redid the voice acting, added some stuff
Wait, on the PSP?
on the PSP.
You and your handhelds, man.
Yeah, I hate them.
Fanboy.
But this one, I can hook up to the TV
Oh, nice.
because it's PSP.
Oh, that's right. That had those composite cables.
Yeah, capture that footage.
That's right. Sweet. Well, cool. As far as what I've been playing is not much. A little bit of Heroes of the Storm because that's great. I did, Dustin. You remember me talking last week about Tavern Brawl in Hearthstone?
Mm-hmm.
I played the first match of it today, and what they do is, at least in this first leg, you fought bosses in the other expansion, Black Rock Mountain, and what they do is they have one person be one boss and another person be another boss. So you're not playing with classes or anything. And you play with these different rules, and my friend and I played it, and it's a lot of fun. I turned the game completely upside down.
Huh.
So it was definitely a lot of cool. So I would recommend anybody that's in Hearthstone to play a little bit of Tavern Brawl. And if you win a game of Tavern Brawl, the first one you win each week, they give you a pack of cards for it, which they usually charge like $2 for a pack or something like that.
Dude, that's awesome.
So, and then my buddy and I busted out my Wii and played GameCube games on it. Or one GameCube game and one Wii game.
What'd you play?
Boom Blocks. I wasn't kidding when I said that earlier. Boom Blocks, which is kind of like Jenga, but for the but instead of avoiding knocking the tower over, the point is to knock the tower over. Have you guys ever played Boom Blocks before?
I haven't, but it sounds awesome. Like I've always wanted to play it.
Yeah. So much like
It's like 3D
Living
Angry
Dead
Birds,
or
right?
whatever. Yeah. And you have a little cursor on the screen, and you lock into the part of the tower that you'd like to hit, and then you use the motion controller to throw a ball at where you just locked on at.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on what corner of the block you hit, or maybe dead center of the block, depending on how the tower's leaning, you get points for different blocks falling onto the ground. So it was pretty cool. And then we also played through but started playing Monkey Ball 2 for the GameCube.
Mm-hmm.
That game is sweet. Except for parts of World 4. The difficulty just goes from increasing to impossible. Like from one stage to another. It just got stupid. So that was a bummer. Because we had... And... It's funny, I had a save from a few years ago on my GameCube memory card, and I got stuck at the exact same spot we got stuck at this time. I just can't pass it. There's this slingshot mechanic, and then you go up a post, and you're supposed to land on the top of a post, and then go down through the goal. I don't know. It sucked. Because we were having a lot of fun playing, and then all of a sudden it just got impossible.
Did Boom Blocks have Steven Spielberg involved?
Yes.
I thought so. Okay. That's so weird.
It is. It says like Steven Spielberg presents Boom Blocks or something like that on the title screen.
Boom Blocks go home.
Yeah.
Sorry. Phone home.
Phone home.
Messed
I thought it was like the video game equivalent of like Schindler's List.
Yeah. It's like his it's like the most epic. There's only one little bit of color for dramatic effect.
Yeah.
Little bit of red splashed in there, that's it. Spoiler if you haven't seen that movie. There's red in it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. So let's get to some YouTube comments and call it a show, because I kind of got to get going. So I'll take care of Demez's comments. Dustin, if you want to take care of Zarek.
Okay. So and this is all on our last episode?
Yes. Yeah, so we'll just go with last episode. But Demez's very first comment is, "Here we go, ready to start commenting." And then he's got a whole bunch of them here. So he says the Hyrule Warriors is fucking amazing, so we need to give it a shot. It says that there's a massive amount of stuff to do, and he'd recommend the Wii U version. And then if you get into it, there's DLC done right, and it's a lot of content, he says, for $20. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. Bloodstained is getting the Wii U digital and physical form, so that's pretty cool. He upped his backing, so he's getting a Wii U physical form. He also writes in and said, "I heard more about Mega Man Legacy Collection. I heard that there will also be 6 more games, all the remixes, like hacks, but official for all the games." He's not confirming exactly how this is done, but it's what he's heard. So there's going to be some remix version of stages and stuff. So Dustin, there might be a little more than what we were. There, we hope there's more than just those games.
I heard those guys on Retronauts. I think they said that there would be save states.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Dumaz uses a Xbox One controller on his PC, even though he doesn't own an Xbox One. He says it's really nice, and it's almost as good as the Wii U Pro controller, but not quite. The Wii U Pro controller is freaking awesome. Have you guys used one?
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. And there's not a wireless dongle yet, Dustin, but there's going to be one for the Xbox One. So it will operate. We'll need a new dongle, but it'll operate like the other one. And then did you happen to notice that he put some links in here for a $20 HDMI splitter and stripper?
Yes. I'm going to pick one of those up whenever I have $20 to spend.
Sweet. So thank you very much, Demez, for that. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Thanks.
And the last thing is, he says, forget what he said about new Hearthstone heroes. It's only skins. So no different cards or hero powers or anything like that. Which he thinks is great because people who love the game can help support it so that he can keep playing for free. Which I thought was pretty funny. So yeah, great comments, Demez. Really appreciate you writing in, leaving comments like that. And we have also a comment from our buddy Zarek.
He says, "I've recently started playing Hearthstone on my phone. It's pretty fun, but I've only faced AI so far. Bloodstain Ritual is now the biggest game Kickstarter, baby. I backed it for $100, and I can't wait for this game. I'll even get my name in the credits. I'm smiling from ear to ear right now."
That's pretty sweet.
That is pretty sweet, but what I would love is to have Space Cat as his credit.
Yes.
His thumbnail, oh my gosh.
It's one of the best on YouTube. Yeah, his name needs to be Zarek Space Cat in the credits. My name was in the credits for Pure Solar because I'd backed enough.
Sweet.
I sat there and watched them. It took forever for my name to finally show up, but there was. It was fun. So, yeah. I don't know, guys. I think that we are done with the episode. What do you think?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, this week for outro music, I'm going to play a song called "Naked" from Octopus. You can get that, listen to it over at his SoundCloud. I think we've played Octopus before. It's one of the guys from Hello World, which probably the only person alive that knows them well enough that's actually listening to this podcast. But nonetheless, Hello World's really cool, and Octopus is half of them, and it's really cool stuff too. I want to thank Ben Landis very much for letting us use his song at the beginning of our podcast. It's called Through the Forest. I want to give a shout out to the Retrocast, the Cartoon Retrocast, Mike and Jeremy. Mike always participates in our show, writes us emails, watches the live stream, so we really appreciate that. So make sure to go check out his stuff at thecartoonretrocast.com. You can see after shows, cartoons, all that kind of stuff. We are on Stitcher, iTunes, and SoundCloud. If you want to follow us at any of those places, just type in Classic Leet. You can also find us on Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook by searching for Classic Leet. And YouTube, youtube.com/Classic Leet will get you to our YouTube page, and that's really the most important thing for you to follow us at. Go to our website, classicleet.com, to subscribe to our podcast, and check out our stuff on YouTube. Thanks a lot for listening, and we will see you soon for episode 144. Thanks a lot for listening.
Boosh!